Before the moon touches the water, the ocean holds its breath, and in that silence, a silver path appears. Only then does the first echo rise. A sound older than civilizations, a sound strong enough to travel entire continents across the sea. When whales sing, the ocean remembers something deep within itself. And somehow, we remember too. The moon does not only move the tides, it moves living hearts beneath them. Inside every whale is a compass shaped by lunar cycles. Scientists once thought it was myth, but the data showed something stranger. Whales migrate, following not the stars, but the moon. And with each phase, their songs shift slightly, yet unmistakably. To them, song is not communication, it is navigation. Every note they release is a landmark carved in vibration. And the moon is the conductor of this ancient orchestra. There is one night when their voices swell more than any other, a night ancient coastal cultures feared and worshipped. When the moon is brightest, the ocean gathers its choir. Coastal tribes once called it the Silver Hour. They believed whale songs could bend destiny itself, not with magic, but with memory. Because whales remember longer and deeper than any living creature of the sea. Some cultures believed their memories were carved directly into their bones, echoing across generations. A memory passed not through words, but echoes. Echoes that still move beneath the waves today, pulling them softly, shaping their path and their song. Scientists today call it alignment, ancestors called it awakening. And tonight, under this moon, it begins again. Along ancient shores, people once waited for the whales to rise. They called it the night of listening. Because on that night, the sea spoke back. To them it was not a myth, it was a meeting. A return of beings they believed carried the memory of the world. Their legends said, whales were the first to witness the birth of the ocean, and the last to remember how it began. They told of a single sound, the first great sound that shaped the early seas. A sound that still lives inside whales today. Some coastal cultures called them keepers, guardians of forgotten waters. Others believed whales guided lost souls back to the moonlit shore. But all agreed on one thing: their songs were not made for the ocean, but for the moon. A lunar call, answered only by those who remembered the beginning. And perhaps the moon answered, not in words but in pull. Whales speak a language no human has ever fully heard. Because their speech is not exactly sound, but pressure. Pressure that carries distance, carries direction, and carries memory. Some notes they sing are the deepest ever measured on earth. Down where even light cannot follow them. Yet sound always does. They navigate the abyss, using a map made only of echoes. Humans once thought their songs were simple. But we were wrong, utterly wrong. Each year, their entire language changes, New patterns, new verses, new memories. And the ocean learns with them. The rhythm, the distance, the memory, all guided by the moon. And so, the moon begins its slow descent toward the horizon. Its pole reaches places sunlight never has. Into the quiet kingdoms of the deep, where the great whales rise to meet it. Not to breathe, not to feed, but simply to listen. Their world vibrates with ancient harmonics. And tonight, the ocean answers back. Waves thicken, the seafloor trembles in tiny pulses. Like the world itself is humming. But only the whales hear the full resonance. They always have. For thousands of years, cultures believed whales were the keepers of moon-born wisdom. They said the ocean glowed brighter whenever the moon and the whales spoke. Tonight, it happens again. A vibration so low it feels like memory. A tone older than humanity. And then, the moon answers. No, not literally, but its gravitational pull shifts the entire sea, just enough to create harmony. Whales follow these oscillations like a map. Some scientists think they're navigating, others say they're singing to the earth. But the truth might be stranger.
The moon's gravity creates the tides.
They may be listening to the planet's heartbeat. Because deep below, beneath continents, the molten core vibrates too. The moon pulls on it just a little, just enough. And whales, with receptors more sensitive than any instrument we've built, feel it. To them, the moon is not a light, it is a presence. A silent companion, a slow drummer in the sky. And tonight, that drum is loud. Maybe that's why they rise, not to be seen, but to feel closer. Imagine hearing a sound that stretches across the planet, across the tides, across time. That is the moon, through the voice of a whale. A message not meant for us. But maybe, just maybe, we're finally quiet enough to hear it.